Hey, good spoon night. How are you? Sorry a bit late, Rick. I think you should consider making a channel based on mixing super glue with everyday household items like baking soda and cotton. Okay, why? Um, oh yeah, I forgot about that responsibility thing. Deuces. What responsibility thing? Okay, so let me get into my on-air chat. That way, anybody wanting to come on can come on. Let's switch over to my headphones. Start the virtual cam. That way, people will be able to see in Discord. Uh, there, what I'm doing, and let's put up maybe my not so wonderful picture. Uh, her face. Okay, so we are now live. You know what we also need to do? We need to share this out in the various wonderful places. Uh, Twitter. Okay, so Twitter. And let's uh, grab a copy and let's share it out in our general chat on Discord. Okay, so let's bring up that. I'm just gonna check out Twitter. I saw there was 4 notifications. Uh, okay, so okay, may I convince you to rethink your sign off? What is my sign off? I don't know what my sign off is. Thinking thing. So, also good news, good news, good news. We are at $314 Canadian over on our Kickstarter. So if anybody wants to contribute to that, it would be really, really appreciated. We are on our way to 500. We've got 5 days left to go. And other good things is by the end of this week or by Monday, I think all of the pages of Snowdrift should be done. Uh, Penciled, inked, colored, lettered, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. Um, the only thing that will have to be done is, and I'm hoping that'll be over halfway done, is a couple pages for um, the covers for the next ones. Well, last week it was see you next Tuesday. Oh, okay. Well, we did have one thing in between there and now, and that was of course Sunday. We did the launch of Timothy Olson's Melvin 2 here on Sunday. We did that from about 8 to 10. That went well. He got over $100 started. Last time I looked, he's over 200. So he's on to his last. He's on his last way to there. Something tells me half the population of Earth may take offense to that. What? See you next Tuesday? Would even half the Earth care? Would even a tenth of the Earth care? Yes, good night, Spoon. Just don't spoon me. Oh, hey. Why is this not on my headset?
Do you have anyone on, or is it just me for now?
It's just you for now.
How's your day going, Crossy?
Good, good, good.
I've been busy
Yeah,
lately.
busy doing.
Um, IRL obligation stuff and um, Inktober and general channel stuff.
Uh, I didn't do Inktober this year. I forgot about it actually.
Gee, yeah, it would probably help me be able to draw if I didn't manage to somehow accidentally throw my stylus across the room.
Yeah, true. Hello, Metal. Good night, Spoon says, "Will you have me on to promote the launch of Melvin 3?" Sure, sure. I'll have you on to help promote the Melvin 3. Although I did help, I did I've inked, or I did ink and am inking Melvin 3, at least the main story. And of course, if people, make sure, can everybody hear pastry out there? People?
Yeah, can everyone hear them? Oh man, it feels so weird to refer to myself in the third person. Can everyone hear me?
Desktop audio is there saying it's being
Say
registered. Sure, everybody should be
say
able to hear.
yes, or I wish I never heard them in the first place. Uh, hey Crossy, why is self-deprecating humor so funny?
I don't know.
But yeah, um, has Goodnight Spoon ever been on um this this channel before on air?
Um, I think so, technically, but long, long, long time ago.
Hmm.
You may, if I told you who he really is, you might recognize the name.
Okay,
But
who is he?
I'm not gonna let you know who he is. He doesn't want. I think almost everybody knows who he is, but he doesn't want.
DM me.
he just
DM me. The answer.
he doesn't want to come out
Is
yet to who he
it
actually is.
Joshua? Is it Joshua?
No.
You sure?
Yes, I am one
He
billion
has
percent
so many.
sure.
He
I,
has so many old accounts.
yeah, well,
Until you can.
this is not one of
And,
them. I have spoken to Goodnight Spoon sort of on the telephone over the net. But he has been on, like I said, if it's Well, I'm positive I know who it is, but he's he's
Eh,
been on like 2 or 3 times.
well, until you can prove to me that he is not Joshua, I'm gonna think he's Joshua. Okay, that's what Joshua wants you to think. Are you Joshua?
He says, "I am in fact Joshua," but he's doing that to fool with you. Okay. Anyways, let's see. Let's see. He said earlier the rights to the title was left to me in the mysterious will from a mythical creature. That's from Melvin 3. No, wait a second. Do I own Melvin 2 or 3? I think it was Melvin 2 that you tried to own, but Timothy's got that out on Indiegogo now, so I think he ends up owning it. Metal said you're fairly loud, but that's probably your mic or whatever.
Me?
Yeah. Or could be, well, it could be a bit of both my end and your end. But
All right. Did that change anything?
not much. But
Okay.
don't worry about it unless the chat is incessantly complaining about it. There's no need to
Yeah.
worry.
If they complain too much, you'll either have to kick me off or I'll have to kick myself off.
Yeah. Good Night Spoon says, "Who do I have to sue and when?" That's a lie, and you know it. And then he gives the googly eyes watching or looking left. Good Night Spoon says, "No one knows." I learned to play that today. What did you learn to play today? And I, of course, said his. I am in fact Joshua. And the medal says, "First off, we are all Joshua."
All right. So, serious. I have another guess on who Goodnight Spoon is.
Okay.
I haven't seen Mallet in a while.
Nope, not Mallet.
Uh, is that a good guess, at least?
I guess so. Oh, and anybody else out there see Black Adam yet? I saw it today.
Uh,
And Pacey probably has no idea what I'm talking about.
no, most generally I don't.
It is a superhero movie based on, or supervillain movie. I'm not sure how to say it with him. He was a
Is
supervillain
it?
for so many years, but now they've sort of made him an anti-hero from the
Yeah,
DCEU.
that's kind of interesting how they did that. I'm willing to bet you that any pastry villain is never going to go ahead and end up becoming a good guy. Because most generally, when it comes to everyone in my set, um, it's pretty hard to become a bad guy. But once you're a bad guy, since you worked so hard to get there, you're staying there.
But there's no redemption arcs in your universe.
What do you mean by that?
You know, like a bad guy becoming a good guy. You know, eh, redemption. You know, uh,
My universe is mostly filled with what happens in IRL obligations, so I doubt it. It's so hard to get on my bad side, but once you're there, you're there.
uh, yeah. But what if that person come to and apologize you to profusely, and you know they showed that they were very sorry. I get you could be leery of their motives or whatever. Um,
I have a few people like that, and honestly, I just flipped the symbol back to what it was. If that happens.
meaning by flipping.
Meaning, so you know how pastry has the donut and then anti has the orange exclamation point.
Well, about no, I know about pastry having the donut, not so much about anti-pastry, but I'll take your word for it since it's your character.
So the orange exclamation point is the symbol for all pastry villains. And um most generally one don't start with an orange exclamation point, but um if um if you show me a reason to go ahead and have your symbol changed, then um you're getting an orange exclamation point.
Okay, but
Think about
well,
this. I'm a storytime animator. So most of my universe is based off of what happens.
yeah. So, what if your character didn't have has only ever had an orange exclamation mark?
Um there's pretty much only two in my set. One of them have only been shown a few times, and one of them's literally anti-pastry. So anti-pastry has if you were to go ahead and switch the symbol back from the orange exclamation point of anti-pastry, then you would get pastry.
Yeah, but what type of pastry? Doesn't mean it's a rebellious pastry.
You would get rebellious pastry. You would get rebellious pastry if you were to go ahead and flip anti-pastry symbol.
Okay, so let's see, where were we?
Even though anti is a she and pastry is a they. Even though that's the case. But then again, what makes anti-pastry a she and pastry a they is that anti-pastry, like, part of what makes anti-pastry is the fact that people call me she all the time, and it annoys me. So that's kind of one of the reasons of why anti-pastry is a she.
Ah,
It's canon how anti-pastry is a she.
yeah.
And I would say anti-pastry is a very feminine character. Anti-pastry is also straight. I decided that because it's like because like it want I want to show through anti-pastry that the normativity, there's like definitely like some heteronormativity, and I want to show that that is a normativity within our world. So I wanted to go ahead and make anti-pastry the norm because of how pastry is. So it's just kind of like so like anti-pastry, part of how anti-pastry was designed is that let's see here. As shown in my growing up non-binary video, I believe I've mentioned about how about how the gender norms didn't make me feel the best. So making anti-pastry the way she is kind of just built off of like expectations. How's that? Long, long explanation.
Yeah.
But yeah, anti-pastry and pastry, obedient pastry, nah. Anti-pastry, rebellious pastry is the good one. Anti-pastry is the villain. And even if you were to think that anti-pastry, I don't think there's no way that you would be able to think that anti-pastry is the good guy.
Why? What does anti-pastry do to make anti-pastry the bad guy?
Um, so um think about how my personality is. We analyzed um kind of how my personality works in last stream I was on, but
Yeah.
imagine if you were to go ahead and take all the traits of my personality and use them for bad.
Okay, but how so?
So, anti-pastry, when it comes to like magical universes, anti-pastry is a brainwasher.
Okay.
So
What does she?
I basically take the charismatic traits of pastry and turn them into a negative
Okay.
using like no matter what parts of like no matter what your personality is, it could be either used for good or used for bad.
This is true, but I'm asking how anti-pastry uses those traits for bad. You said brainwashing. What is she brainwashing people about that makes?
Uh, just just to go against pastry and into hating themselves.
So she gets people to hate themselves?
Hate themselves and hate pastry.
Okay.
So so anti-pastry, I feel like um as far as like villains go, I feel like she is more of your like psychological bad guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you have your villains that would tear someone up physically, and then um you have your villains that are want to go ahead and more tear you up mentally.
Yeah.
Um, so most generally, when it comes to me, I definitely want like I'm the type of person that just wants to make sure everyone's okay, and then um, so that would translate into anti-pastry, making sure everyone's not okay.
Well, it could either be that or just not caring whether people are okay or not. She might she might not go out of her way to make people miserable. She just don't care.
She does as far as like how she is built. Um, but but when it comes to like how much power anti-pastry has, anti-pastry, like if you were to put like weight balances on pastry and anti-pastry, anti-pastry would have one strength towards everyone else, but that strength doubles against pastry.
Uh-huh.
So when it comes to anti-pastry is the most powerful against pastry, but could still like tear up another character, but mostly pastry.
Yeah. Because the one she cares about most but doesn't care about most is pastry.
So, um, take let's see here, um, but yeah, basically take all of the good traits about me and turn them bad,
Yeah.
and that's anti.
Okay, what do we got? Let's see what we have here in the chat. Okay, we missed a bunch stuff here. Let's see. Metal, we said that one bad about Metal saying he's a bad guy. Good night soon says nice flex Billy Ellis. Joshua says obedient pastry, which you read. Good night Spoon says I don't think I've ever called you On the computer using a certain program we've talked. I'm not sure whether I called you or you called me or both. Let's see. Renegade Donut says too many pastries. Might need some insulin shot. Oh, I missed Goodnight Spoons. Sounds. Miss Goodnight Spoon saying sounds like you're talking about insulin shots, and then Renegade says too many pastries. You might need insulin shots. Your Goodnight Spoon says a talking donut, and then does some watching eyes, and Renegade does the same thing, watching eyes and metal. Then Goodnight Spoon says, Rick, do I own the rights to a sentient pastry, specifically donuts? I don't know. Metal said that's a good question, Rick. What question? Um,
I think it was something about like anti-pastry.
yeah,
You're answering like you were asking me questions about anti.
yeah.
But yeah. Um
Um,
but
Go ahead.
but you can go ahead and ask
Oh no,
me.
I was just gonna say. Goodnight Spoon says, "Did I create a rubble pastry?" I don't think so. Metal's thinking about something. Renegade Donut says, "I have no strength. I'm just a donut." Joshua says, "Is Donut Chan a villain in the pastryverse?" I don't
Wait a
know.
minute. So Donut Chan, or technically it'd be Pastry Chan. Pastry Chan would go ahead and just be a gender bent pastry.
Okay.
Not bent in the feminine direction.
So,
Because I've drawn a female pastry before, but female pastry and anti pastry aren't the same character. It's just anti pastry is gender bent because of her like um her place as far as like um I don't like pretty much just like the reason why she was built.
yeah. Okay.
Um
Who built anti pastry? You said built, so.
I technically built anti pastry, but technically anti pastry was let's just say that I
Well,
think I said this
yeah.
in another way, but anti pastry is basically like the evil voice in my head.
Yeah, but how did anti pastry come to be in your universe?
Um, I believe that
Was
pastry
what
start
a clone of
pastry.
pastry or something like that, or some mad science
Um,
experiment,
um,
or did
evil
she
twin,
just ah
evil twin, evil
okay?
gender bent twin.
Uh-huh. Good night, Spoon says I was referring to your guessing. People call them things. People call what things? And we're caught up with the chat for but
But
a
yeah,
moment.
yeah. But most generally, I feel like people tend to like pastry better than anti pastry. Like as far as character wise, like pastry, as far as like personality goes, pastry's better. But some people actually like the design of anti pastry better.
Renegade Donut says if you gender bent a donut, it becomes a Nalek. Nalek? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Goodnight Spoons puts some sort of emoji with uh, not smile face, just a straight mouth. I think he's somewhat annoyed or something. I don't know. Or frustrated.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm. I think you are talking to a tulip prick. Well, just as long as you don't tiptoe through the tulips.
Yeah. I'm scheduling an appointment for IRL obligation tomorrow.
Uh,
Because uh so here's a fun fact about life. If you do animations, then it's kind of hard for you to write an essay because you're used to having your pictures explain your words instead of your words explaining themselves.
not if you do silent animation. Then you got to make sure your pictures describe your words, what you're thinking.
Yeah. I'm just really tired today. But yeah. But so Crossy, let's go ahead and psychoanalyze one of your main villains.
Sure, pick one.
You um you have a do you have a counter to um the Canadian Shield?
Eventually, I'm gonna have an anti guy called Anti Shield, but I don't know when, and I haven't done anything on him.
What's gonna be your color scheme for anti Shield?
Uh, black,
I honestly
black and
I
something, maybe some red, black and red, maybe instead of white and red.
I honestly think that you should go with like an obnoxious color combination. Because Antipastry has a very obnoxiously purple with a very obnoxiously orange.
Let's see, I should be able to get a picture of him. I've drawn him before. The Anti Shield.
So how are you planning on building your anti-shield?
Oh, I have no idea. He's not a character that I don't know. I know I'm gonna create him at some point. There's the basic look for him at present.
Oh, right now I'm filling out an appointment thing that doesn't want to work for me, but I'm now looking. Who you drawing now?
Uh, my regular stuff, I'm just drawing something to draw it. Uh, I don't know nothing in particular, but there is the Anti Shield. Or
Anti-shield looks nothing like the Canadian shield.
except he's gonna be the 8 foot tall, built like a brick house. But instead of having a mohawk down the center of his head, the hair on the outside of his uh, head is gonna have grown, and he's gonna have a beard and mustache where the shield doesn't have that. Joshua says, "Would anti-shield be a Canadian shield? Be an anti-Canadian shield? Would anti-Canadian shield be an American atheist from the future? I don't know."
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not gonna say it, but like, imagine if. Oh, imagine if. Okay, all right. This is just gonna be my weird headcanon, but imagine if Anti-Shield ended up being a non-binary lesbian, non-binary lesbian, atheist.
No.
Because
Although I might somehow include the atheist part in there, that does have
oh man,
a little thing. But uh, one possible scenario is that he's going to be genetically created. Somebody's going to actually try get a hold of my main characters, um, like Canadian Shield, Snowdrift, Insecto, Flame, all those guys. Their DNA and make clones of them.
All right, yeah. Imagine if like you made Anti-Shield an atheist, and then an atheist cartoonist decided to make a spin-off series about the Anti-Shield.
Metal says the American flails get around shields. Okay.
Now, I'm not gonna say what I believe in on air again, but I'm gonna just say that not all atheists are bad.
Oh, I know that. Let's see. Good Night Spoon says, I agree. Horseshoe pattern baldness is the opposite of mohawks. Uh, Good Night Spoon says he should be tulpa like me. And Metal explained earlier, tulpa, Rick, is a being that starts in the imagination and acquires a tangible reality. Would
Yeah.
that be like any comic book universe, Metal?
Yeah, but let's see here. I don't feel like you would I don't feel like you would get away with having your villain be a non-binary lesbian, because then people would get upset.
Oh, some people would. Some people wouldn't.
And then it'd be like, oh, this guy's a Christian comic, and this guy makes Christian comics, and he made the non-binary person a bad guy.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Hmm.
I'm sure lots of people are going to want to cancel me, and well, try and cancel me all you want. Well, I'll keep going the best I can, and well, maybe some people won't buy my comics, some will, and that's everybody's choice. What they buy and don't buy. Just like, what I buy and don't buy is my choice. They want to try and cancel me. I work for myself. The only way you can cancel me is get people not to buy my product. And well, probably the people buying my product are going to be the people that won't listen to those people anyways. That are trying to cancel me.
Yeah, there's definitely some people in my community that would definitely just go at you for just being like Christian. I guess it sounds ridiculous, but it's true.
Oh, I know that. There's people not in your community that would do that too.
Yeah. Um Rick, I thought this was a judgment-free zone. I'm feeling judged by Goodnight Spoon.
You're feeling judged by Goodnight Spoon, Rebellious?
No, he's saying that. He's saying that he feels judged.
Well, you said you just said that you
Bye! Okay, let me reread that. Rick, I thought this was a judgment-free zone. I'm feeling judged. And the comment is by Goodnight Spoon.
Okay, that sounds a little better.
And this is why no one goes on your shows.
Why? Because I will chop them in their words?
because they're trying to help you with your comments, and then you're like, oh, they're not reading them correctly.
Well, you read the comment correctly. You just, the way that you left it off, you said, but. Okay.
And now you see why I need help with English.
Yes, so do I. Let's see. Okay, you read that. Much like my local Planet Fitness, says Goodnight Spoon. It was a trap, Spoon. There's a whole book called Judges,
I'm trying
says
to
Metal.
wait a minute.
Goodnight Spoon
Is
says, is Judy in that book? No, Judy is not. I don't think there was anybody named Judy back then.
wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out still who Goodnight Spoon is. Goodnight Spoon couldn't be Dillard because he seems too chill to be Dillard.
No,
Couldn't be the Metal because the Metal don't have an alt.
Oh, Metal does have a couple alts, but
why would he be talking? Why would he be pulling a Joshua and putting? Wait a minute, huh? I'm gonna have to look in the list of the people who are on your server. I'm very determined to figure this one out. By the way, have they been on air with me before?
Oh no.
On air. Okay. Have I seen them on air without me being on air?
I don't think so.
So, I have never seen this person before in my life.
Well, I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe when you started coming around, they were still in the chat under a different name.
I don't really remember when I started coming around.
I don't remember the exact program either. It was, probably a year and a half to 2 years ago. Hi, Captain Finity. How are you?
He's gonna want on the show, I'm guessing.
Hey, people know how to get on my show. Just come into the Discord.
Captain Finity streams like 3 times a day. Like, stream with his breakfast, stream with his lunch, stream with his dinner, and maybe sometimes stream with his dessert.
Captain Finity wants to know, who is Pastry talking about behind their backs now?
I'm not talking to you behind your back. I'm talking about you because you're here.
No, he didn't say about him. He said, who is Pastry talking about? Not, in other words, who are you talking about in general behind their backs right now? And I was just correcting him. Nobody, because you're just trying to figure out who Goodnight Spoon is in the chat.
Yeah. Trying to incriminate me? You know what a general population would say about that?
Incriminate you? Everybody can hear it for themselves for the last 5 minutes. You incriminate yourself.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong.
Who said it was wrong? You're the one trying to say it was wrong.
Look here, Crossy. I had a very, very long day today. I swear, if my sketchbook comes on and sees how I am, he's gonna ask me if I'm impaired again, I swear. I'm not.
Okay, let's see. Metal says, Rick, Judith comes from the Hebrew word yid, whatever, meaning woman of Judea. Technically, they were all Judies. Okay, I can buy that. Goodnight Spoon says, I'm Rumpelstiltskin or whatever. Goodnight Spoon also says, if you say my name 3 times in a mirror, I'll get my wings. That would be interesting to see.
Good night, Spoon. Good night, Spoon. Good night, Spoon. No.
Did you say it in a mirror though?
I set it in front of my computer, which has a camera. The camera isn't on, but the camera could be considered a mirror.
And no.
Also, there's a mirror behind me.
Yeah, but you weren't looking into it.
I'm looking into pastry, which pastry is technically like a mirror of me into another dimension.
It's a cartoon version of you, so. But I would
Yes!
say it's What was that?
Crossy, I'm just making fun of my life at this point.
Yeah, and I'm just teasing you. I'm trolling
Yeah.
you.
Mastering, giving me a taste of my own medicine.
I'm getting at you through technicalities, which is what I do.
Yes.
Captain Finity says, because last week's pastry was dissing Dillard's on Lorenzo's panel.
I was just like saying my thoughts. Let's see here. What happened? Oh yeah. Last week on Lorenzo's panel was kind of a bit much. I think he had at least 6 people on the channel.
Yeah, or more.
And 6 or more on the channel, and nobody agreed with each other.
Hey,
on anything.
You might have been saying your thoughts on Dillard, but it still could be dissing him at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Metal says pastries starting drama on Lorenzo's show. Poor Lorenzo.
Oh, nah. Let's see. Someone else did start drama on the Lorenzo show, but it wasn't me. It was a new guy that we've never seen before.
I think from remembering it, I sort of remember that. Oh, I don't remember the drama, but I remember the new guy that I hadn't seen. Let's see. Robert Roberts is here. Well, hello, Robert Roberts. How are you tonight? Glad to have you here. He says, "Hail our one true savior, Xenu, and his true prophetess, Princess Xena, and the saint companion Gabriel."
Wait a minute. I think I remember. Oh yeah, right. Oh man, I think I remember saying this on Lorenzo's stream, but basically saying how Captain Finity and Dillard would be the perfect couple. But it's just my personal thoughts on life. Just trying to make a joke.
Let's see. Joshua says, Rick, were you always a troll, or were we a bad influence on you? Well, I think I could be a bit of a troll beforehand. You guys just helped me perfect it.
I honestly think that in general, I feel like the base is very reflected on how the creator acts.
Because I had a friend that we played volleyball in the summer in a gym, and he almost always hit the ball up into the rafters of the gym, and I'd call him Rafter Man or something to that effect, just to tease him. So if you consider that trolling, I did minor things like that to friends in real life. So although they did the same to me. So
yeah, I honestly feel like it's like I feel like the base, or like how base building works, I guess, is take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I swear if I wasn't drawing pastry right now, I'd probably fall asleep on my keyboard. But I feel like when it comes to like building your base, people who are like you are going to gravitate towards your content. And rather that be like really nice people that randomly throws off the chat, like my fan base, or like just trolls like Crossy's fan base. I feel like the fan base is like how the fan base acts is kind of linked to how the creator does, either directly or indirectly.
This could be true. Let's see. Metal says maybe the real bad influence was the friends we made along the way. Good night. Spoon says that's just a fact. Rick, am I chill? I'd say you're chill.
Um, would you say I'm chill? Loaded question.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, like, I try to be chill on the channel, but when it comes to, like, high real obligation, sometimes I am a little, um,
You're so chill, you feel like a freezer. Joshua says, yeah, Rick, our actions are your fault.
But yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying here. I'm just so drained
Rambling?
from life.
You're rambling?
Yeah! Yes! Why do you think I never stream at this time by myself?
Because you're smart?
Yes! Like, why do you choose to do night streams instead of, like, I don't know, morning streams, like what you used to do for High Noon?
Heck, I used to do this at the same time as doing High Noon.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Holy smokes. How could you stream for 2 times a day without getting so frustrated with your life? Every day.
Because my life was pathetic and not much was happening.
Mm.
And I was trying to get
Oh, yeah, right.
So I was trying to get myself in the good habit of doing something. I was trying to be consistent. I was trying to build my channel. So many things. And, well, that, well, I haven't got my, 1,000 subscribers that I wanted to yet.
Yet, yeah, it took me embarrassingly long for YouTube. But like, it took me for it took me forever.
Go ahead.
It took embarrassingly long for me to get to 500 because YouTube don't want to support us.
Yeah, well, it's not just the algorithm has changed since it, like, was like, well, I'll say 10 years ago. It's probably less than that. There was a
And
time that we could have come on here and got, you know, done easy, but, YouTube has changed so much. They've made it harder and all that.
and here's the thing. If you're any sort of minority creator, then you're getting screwed right now. Like
Yeah,
any minority.
yeah. Well,
Just
I think, well, I don't think it even has my minority has to do with it. I think it has to do with what, like I see, like reaction videos. A lot of TV and movie reaction videos, especially movies. People with that are doing good. Some people with political stuff are doing good too. Not so much, because that's depending on where you fall. You can do good, but it's also hard to. YouTube won't share you out there, but a lot of other people will.
yeah. Which one of the things that I do tend to pay attention to is just like how I treat my base.
Yeah.
Like I know I've said it like so many times, but it's just that if you treat your fans right, you might get more of them.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Goodnight Spoon said, I also blame Rick for my decisions. Renegade Donut says, I'm not chill. I'm stuck in a bakery section at 7-Eleven. Metal says, I only blame Rick for his show. Goodnight Spoon says, 7-Elevens don't have bakeries. Rick, I'm not sure this is a legit sentient donut. They don't have bakery sections, but they do have donuts. Goodnight Spoon. Timothy Olson's in here putting in his link to his Indiegogo. Yes, check that out. He's over $200 last time I checked. About 44%. So if anybody wants to hit that and go support him, it would be great for him. And of course, you can go over to Kickstarter and try and get me up to my 500 that I need, like in 5 days or less than 5 days. Um, Renegade Donuts puts in the watching eyes. Uh, Joshua says your life isn't pathetic anymore, Rick. Good for you. It's still a little pathetic, but it's getting a little less like pathetic.
Maybe he needs more sunshine and rainbows in his life.
Yes, I need rainbows, but a different type than what you're thinking.
Oh man. Imagine if I just spammed your DMs with a ton of rainbow flags.
See, for a rainbow to me represents God's promise that he would not flood the world again. Let's see. Amanda says we used to all be on a stream for like 6 hours straight when we played laptop games. Yeah. Mighty Geek says, well. What do we have here? Just me drawing and talking with Rebellious Pastry. And again, anybody out there is welcome to come on. Just come in the Discord on air. So if anybody that wants to. Timothy says, help me to get to 50%. That's for his Indiegogo. Mighty Geeks, not Mighty Geek. Good Night says, do you accept francs? Metal says, like hot dogs as payment. oh, francs for another word for hot dogs. Cool. Timothy put in his link again. Good Night Spoon says, like French money. Timothy goes, hot dogs as payment. Mighty Geek says, Mama Pastry wants your help with her jam production.
Oh yeah, right. I did that. Mama Pastry's gonna come back for Thanksgiving because it seems like the right thing to do, and two, if you I didn't want to plague anyone else with an alt day, so like having a stream time that is different than the norm, and it's like I can go ahead and give my mom whatever slots I want as long as she's available.
Metal says, I can't. I'm broke, Tim. My external hard drive that holds my project files just fried, and I might cost $300 to $400 to recover the data. Ouch, that is nasty for sure, Metal. I hate when that happens. Goodnight Spoon says, Rick, this guy is soliciting hot dogs in your chat. You should ban him. Timothy says, Metal, damn, sorry to hear that. Timothy puts his link to Goodnight Spoon. Timothy says, well, frankly, Goodnight
Frankly, frankly.
Goodnight Spoon says, stay away from my hot dog, Timothy. Ooh, yes. Metal puts a hot dog in the chat. Timothy says, but the condiments. Hey, Tim, you could always come on and say stuff. I know we launched you here the other day, but you could come on and, talk about Melvin if you
my
want.
mind, my mind is not working.
And give me a minute. I need to put the fan on here. It is getting hot in my room.
My mind is not working.
When does it ever?
That is a good question. But especially not right now. Because let's just say that I thought different things when somebody said stay away from my hot dog.
Well, I think that's exactly what they were wanting you to think.
Oh man. My God. Why? Why am I like this right now?
I don't know. Because you got a dirty mind?
Not all the time, or normally no, but it's just like
Or are we
what's going on
corrupting?
right now.
Are we corrupting you?
Honestly, I think IRL obligation is corrupting me.
Oh, okay. Just as long as it's not us.
Yeah.
Mighty Geek goes, as long as you don't put ketchup on that hot dog.
Now, oh man, now what? Now the chat is making what what I was gonna say. If I were to say it right now, then it would just go ahead and not make sense. Gee, thanks, chat.
Let's see. Timothy says my mind never works. Metal says pico de gallo on a hot dog. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Mighty Geek says pastry, get your mind out of the gutter.
Most definitely, I'm not the one to be told that. But
Joshua wants to know, why are you thinking about Goodnight Spoon's hot dog?
I don't know. What?
Why are you
What
thinking
is
about
my
anybody?
mind?
Why are you thinking about anybody's hot dog?
Overly processed mystery meat is a hot dog. Oh man. Imagine if someone just made a compilation of all the times I've broken character during late night shows. My goodness.
Like this?
Yes!
Goodnight Spoon says, Rick, I'm not Leonardo da Vinci. I can't implant thoughts into others. I don't think he could either. And Timothy says, shame on you, Pastry. Shame. And then he gives the link to his Indiegogo to Joshua.
And now, and the thing is that I'm literally making a post for Happy Asexual Awareness Week. And yet, so let's just say I'm not making sense. How am I not making sense?
Because what you're writing about doesn't make sense? You gave me the opening.
Let's change the subject.
Let's see. Timothy says, you were in character? Well, maybe earlier she was. Who knows?
She?
Yep, she. Talking about anti-pastry.
I see marsupial is on Discord. I'm wanting to see if he wants to come on your show.
Let's see, mystery meat. So that's what they call it these days. Metal says, "Oh, of course he did. Leo da Vinci was the star of Inception, duh." Okay. Pastry never makes sense, says Mighty Geek. Uh, Timothy
Eh.
says that's called dead hitchhiker's casserole. Goodnight Spoon says metal gets it.
Yeah, and this is why I do not stream at this time of night by myself. Whatever, I'm gonna make this community tab tomorrow because my mind don't want to work tonight. What? Uh, yeah, so, Crossy, what do you want to talk about? Crossy.
What do I be crossing?
Crossy.
You somehow been
Crossy
saying
cross.
that. You think that bothers me, but it doesn't.
Cross. Why are... So, I have a question. Why is it that Captain Infinity isn't getting on air if he's in the chat and yet he streams like 3 times a day?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I haven't seen him put anything in a few minutes.
Hey, Cap Finn, are you still on?
Goodnight Spoon says Metal always gets away. Metal says I'm going to start streaming at 2 a.m. when everybody is asleep. Yeah.
Who's 2 a.m.?
His, which would probably be 3 a.m. my time.
So technically, no matter when we stream, it's gonna be somebody's 2 a.m.
Yep.
Think about that.
Mighty Geek says, one of these days I'm going to have to let loose on pastry. Ooh, that sounds scary. Good night, Spoon. Rick, let's all take the MMP12. What is that? Good night, Spoon. Mighty Geek says, it might bother him if you called him Chrissy. It'll be fun in a boring kind of way. So, like last week with that other one?
Oh, yeah, we were taking a personality quiz last week, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so why is it that you choose this time to stream, Crossy?
Well, it's fairly, I'd say late at night, but, for me it's 10, for people on the West Coast, it's 7.
Who the...
7. So, I figure sometime in between that is a good time to chill. Hey, Timothy, how are you?
Yeah, I thought I'd just come on here and chat with you folks.
Hey, Timothy, I'm going crazy on Crossy shows.
Okay.
Sometimes. But yeah, hey, Timothy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm working hard trying to get to 50%. I'm stuck at 43 right now, so I've been doing what I can to get new backers.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just say productive.
Every day I'm hustling. What? Huh? You were saying?
Well, let's check in on that too.
Yes,
For
yeah, I'm stuck there. I'm trying to get more people. There might be some people later, but they haven't backed it yet.
so yeah, Melvin two is at $215, 9 backers, 28 days to go. He's at 43% of his flexible goal.
And
So
if you're not interested in the main cover, there's always the Dillard cover. And come on, that is a sweet cover.
The Dillard cover.
yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. See that? See how badass that is? That is a
Yeah.
sweet cover right there.
Um.
Like, check that out.
Man,
They're fighting. There's like skulls everywhere. You know, skulls are breaking. Pieces are flying everywhere. People know you want a comic
I
book with that cover.
I honestly would be more interested in your cover.
well, that's not
Which
his cover either.
that's not my that's not my Vic King. I write the stories. I'm the creator and the writer. I don't. My artwork is not up to snuff to compete on that level.
Although
Honest,
yeah, in some ways it matters, but it doesn't matter. I know, but I do know what you mean, Timothy. And I just say that because if you look at Simpsons, South Park, Beavis and Butthead, and
Right.
SpongeBob
South
SquarePants,
Park.
yeah, South Park, SpongeBob SquarePants. There's lots of art that people are interested in out there.
But
That
it's done in a way that works.
yeah,
Yeah. But oh yeah, what up, J Potts?
and yeah, hey Jeff.
Now, hey, I got on here before it was cool.
Well, now it ain't cool no more.
Jeff Potts isn't Mallet.
You, you know I'm just kidding, yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm not Mallet. I keep
Oh.
forgetting I have on press to talk.
Oh yeah. Hey
Yeah.
Jeff, how are you?
Good.
Although
Have you
now
s-
that somebody
have you
does
seen my-
mention it, you do sound a little bit like him in your voice. Although I know the difference.
Oh man, I
have
remember
you
back
seen
when I
my
couldn't
campaign
tell
page,
anyone
J
apart.
Potts?
What was that again?
Have you seen my campaign page for Melvin 2?
Yeah, I saw it. Matter of fact, I was watching it yesterday.
There's a lot of good tiers on there. Hopefully, you'll consider backing anytime soon.
I'll try. Right now,
Wait a
I
That would be awesome.
Wait a minute, is this Timothy Olsen or a different Timothy?
This is Timothy Olsen from the chat.
You decide.
right now I'm going to be spending hundreds of dollars for a proofread.
Oh wow! It must be a
Yeah.
pretty damn good proofread.
Well, I mean, I do two passes. I do two passes on editing before I release anything. So
and
yeah.
you did the 30-day, and you're gonna probably be extending it, right? To the 60. The extra.
Well, when it gets close to the 30 being over, I will extend it. Yes.
Yeah.
It'd
Captain
be-
Infinity
it'd be-
says, "Does Melvin ship to the UK?"
Yes, it does. Yes,
CD?
I got. Yes, I fixed that. I think that is fixed, so you'll be able to back it.
Hey, Capfin, why aren't you on air right now?
I'm pretty sure he's got his reasons.
Okay, let's see. I want to catch up with the chat. Chris, exactly. Yeah. Oh, Metal says, no, everything revolves around my time zone, which that's why it's called Central. Yeah, Central for the States. Although technically with four, do you guys have 3 or 4 time zones? Not including, of course,
Let's see.
Alaska or Hawaii.
There's Pacific time, Mountain time, Central,
Mountain time! Let's go,
Yeah.
Mountain time.
and East Coast.
Okay, so you got
Twist
4.
Mountain.
So you guys got 4. We got 5 here in
I
Canada.
think it's- Oh, you freaking Canadians have to have one more time zone than us.
Captain, the link to Discord is should be in the description. It's good all the time, so you can just use that and then scroll down to the on-air chat room.
It's as easy as pie.
Yeah, even Timothy can do it. So that tells you how
Yeah, and
easy.
I'm clinically retarded, so you know how that works.
Good night. Good night. Spoon says exactly. Jeff Potts in the chat says, "Yo." Good night. Spoon
Well, it's
says,
a little bit too late because I'm here now.
"Yeah." I'm just reading all the way down through the chat
Right.
quickly.
How does Jay Potts be at two places at once?
Hey, I'm in
Hmm.
the chat, but I'm not because I'm
Gift
not.
of new movie magic.
Scared and
Technology.
delighted.
Good
I'm
night.
working on a pastry video at the same time of being on this show, so yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I did read that you're not on Discord. You said send you the link. The link to Discord and specifically to my Cross Comics Discord is in the description.
You can do it, Captain. We believe in you.
So the question is whether you want to get on Discord or not. If you don't want to get on Discord, well, I can't do it anymore.
Captain Infinity wishes that you would use StreamYards.
A lot of people do, but it is
Yeah,
what it is.
well, I could use with how I'm doing streaming now. I could do it because I'm doing less than 20 hours a month. But if I was doing over 20, it makes sense more to do the way I'm doing because
You could always use two in tandem. Like if you're going to go over 20, you just switch to the Discord.
uh,
I don't know if that's possible, but
okay. So this guy isn't getting it. I'm getting it. I get it now, but no Discord. But your first thing was because I'm not on Discord. Send me the link.
Refresh the screen.
What?
Refresh the Indiegogo screen.
oh, this is something I need to see. Refresh it.
10 backers, but it hasn't put the money up yet.
Yeah, I back.
That's strange.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a couple minutes for the money to go, but it'll put the backer in there. We'll do it in a couple seconds. I want to get
Alright.
through the chat.
Awesome. 10 backers.
Let's
Thank
see.
you. Thank you, Jay Potts. You're awesome.
Good Night Spoon says, now that he has identified himself with himself, you can literally serve him the papers, the lawsuit papers, right? No, I don't serve Timothy nothing. I'm helping him with the thing, so he's gonna serve you with
Right.
lawsuit papers.
For what?
Melvin too. He said. Remember, he said once. Actually, wasn't that somebody else that said that? Not you, Good Night Spoon. That wasn't that some guy named Evan that said that.
Oh, that fool don't know nothing. That fool don't know nothing.
Metal says the Minnesota multiphasic personality inventory is actually one of the few I can really talk smack on. It actually has history of being used to plan patient treatments effectively. Good night says you spoiled the surprise. Read all that. I do expect a lot of tears after the lawsuit. I can tell the difference between a mallet clone and IP theft. They sound the same to me. Metal says the North American Central Time Zone is part of the time zones of Canada, the United States, Mexico, Central America, and some Caribbean islands, and part of the Eastern Pacific Ocean.
So I have a
Send me the link
continue.
or stop talking. I can't send you a link to anything but Discord, Captain. That's what we're on, Discord.
If only Sci-Fi Nation was on right now. If he was, then he'd be
48%.
calling everyone a dink.
48%. 48%. I'm happy it's at 48%.
Wait a minute. So was Cap Finn
Honestly,
originally
I think
part
he's
of.
either trolling or something because no one can be that. No one can be that unaware that you just type in Discord. You can type in like Cross Comics and find his channel. Scroll down, see on air, click on air, and be on air. I don't know.
Metal says, "Say no to the duck. Say no to the duck."
Oh,
Good night, Spoon says, "I don't care for this guy's attitude." Captain Finny says, "I don't care for being judged by morons." Good night, Spoon. And then
oh man.
Evan Brotep is saying he's watching. Good night, Spoon says, "I'm quite tempted to use this Rick the hammer.
Oh come on, Captain Infinity. When I say that, it's all love, brother. It's all love.
I'm 20% of your audience. Kick me, loser. 25%.
Hey, wait. So was Capfin originally from Sci-Fi Nation space?
Don't know. And there you go. You're at 240. You're at 48%, Timothy.
Yep. Awesome.
Also, um, Timothy, you're a Donut Batch member, right?
Am I a Donut Badge member?
You're subscribed to my stuff, aren't you?
Subscribe to your channel.
Yes.
So do I get a donut badge? How's that work?
So, I nowadays I call my fan base my Donut Batch. So,
Oh, donut batch. I see. I
Batch,
see. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You're part of the Rebellious Pastry Donut Batch. Congratulations.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
But
I'm
yeah,
honored.
So, Timothy, you going to be on Drawn and Quartered at any time?
I was on there.
Or
a few months
DQFE,
ago.
I should say.
I was on there one time. I'd like to be on there again. It was kind of fun.
Okay, let's see if I can set something up.
Sweet. Sweet.
Don't quote me on it. Let me see if I can set it up.
I'll totally quote him on it.
Yeah. Well, you can quote him on trying. Yeah. That'd be good. You're getting on, there, drawing Melvin again, or Alice, or Diana.
Yeah, yeah.
Because last time they had the choice of just two. Now Diana's in it, right? Or is
Oh,
she?
the third issue. The third issue.
Oh, okay. So they can't have her. Not yet.
I actually ran into somebody who was on the panel the last time I was on Drawn and Quartered, and she didn't recognize me at first, but then she goes, "Oh yeah, totally." And so she donated, which was nice.
There's a whole bunch of new people on there that to get yourself known there. Also, you might try Church of Failure.
Church of Failure. I've heard of Church of Failure, but I've never been on a show.
Yeah, well, they're good guys. They know me and Dillard, so just say, "Hey, Rick, Cross Comics, Dillard." Well, maybe not Dillard, but
Dillard Cover. Yeah.
Dillard, recommended me for you to come on there to promote my comic. They'll ask you all sorts of questions that you don't know.
Oh come on! I'm like
that's
clueless.
Most interview shows.
Not that clueless.
You're not quite that clueless. Not.
You just left.
I don't know.
Just left, and who just came back on?
In and out, out and in.
In and out.
Oh, Jeff probably, or maybe Timothy.
Christian Burger Company. In and out.
Oh, In-N-Out burgers are cool. They're great.
Yeah, they taste good.
Metal says, I was on D&Q FE once. I drew a chocobo. Just as long as you didn't choke your bow.
Whoa! I came in at the.
Who keeps on hopping off and hopping back on?
Sounds like it's Timothy. Probably internet problem.
Internet gets a little glitchy
Choose if you
sometimes.
want on or off. You're reminding
I just came back.
of
I just came back
in
into here something about choking.
He just wants in and out all the time. Just like once inside, then outside, then inside. There's no pleasing her.
Oh, you got a cat that's
I swear, I'm
the
roasting the
butt?
crap out of people today.
Oh, yeah.
If you say so.
So what's all the hubbub on? I always miss
More likely
Indian
just
Village.
roasting myself, honestly, which that's what I commonly do on and off
Oh.
the show.
I
My
always miss
show,
Dillard's show. What's
and
he been up
on
to
and
lately?
off other people's shows too.
What was the question, Tim?
I said I've always been like missing Dillard's shows. I always see that she's been on, but what's he been up to?
Not much.
Timothy, the
What?
Timothy, Timothy, Timothy,
Yeah, what?
Timothy, Timothy,
Tim and
Tim,
cheese.
Tim.
Oh, all right.
So Rebellious has had too much to drink tonight. No, we're
No!
not. Now we're not saying that it's alcohol. She just had too much to drink. Could be water.
She had like a Buzz Cola or something.
It could be pop or soda, or it could be tea
Water.
or coffee, water, whatever.
Energy drink. Energy drink.
She's just had too
Good
much of
Lord.
it. She's just had too much of it to drink.
Too much. Yeah. I did have an energy drink at like 3:30 today, so
Oh,
I mean,
excellent.
I don't think the caffeine effects have worn off yet.
Okay, well, I put a bug in somebody's ear, so we'll see what filters out.
What happened? Oh, you put a bug. Oh, okay.
Whose ear?
There's for Drawn and Quartered FE. There's a mod area where we discuss schedule and who to line up.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
message me when you have something available, and we'll work it out.
Yeah, I'm hoping for next
Okay.
June again to be doing another campaign for 3 books.
3 books. Wow. Ambitious.
Hey, how's the convention thing going?
Well, I haven't got any more yet. I haven't lined any more up. I'm probably not going to line any up till the new year. Or although I am, well, no, that one's in February, so.
Chris and Diana do appearances at libraries too. They're kind of.
Yeah, well, that was just a festival or whatever for their town that they helped create. So, but I haven't got any more this year. Like I said, the last one, I think I only paid like $40 to get it, so the table wasn't too bad. It only cost me about $15 for transportation for cab there and home.
That cardboard cutout was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That help bring a lot of people to your table.
At the last one, I wouldn't say a lot, but at the Hamilton Comic Con, I'd say it certainly got a lot of attention. A lot of people were taking pictures, of it and all that. It helped me get me some media attention, but they haven't actually called for interviews.
Media attention. Ooh, really?
Like, there's a local cable channel around here called Cable 14. It's like a community one. They were supposed to do a Zoom interview with me at some point. The local community college, who helps sponsor
Have you
that.
tried to call them and see if they're still interested?
I was thinking about doing that. The local community college was doing stuff, and somebody said something about an interview. But he was supposed to do it at first it seemed like it was going to be away from there, and then he was saying about there, but I never got contacted for that either yet. But I am thinking of contacting the guy from Cable 14.
Nice. You know what you got to do when you do another convention is you got to do more of that walking around talking to people thing that you did in that one.
So, Crossy, how's your comic going?
It is going good. By probably Monday, everything should be done on Snowdrift. I might just have to finish making up the ad for one of the back pages, and I probably got to figure out an ad for the inside cover. So that should be done by Monday, and hopefully, thus sometime next week, be hooked to the printers. And then, I'll be working on finishing up Canadian Shield, which will hopefully be done by mid November, and be off to the thing. So I should be coming in early on that. If everything's in by say the end of December or the end of November, I should be able to ship out December.
Oh.
So that's really good.
Then your next project is the Flame, right?
Well, my next project is Canadian Shield 3, Snowdrift 2, and the Flame 1.
I have a question for you, Crossy.
No,
When's Mama Crossy coming back on air?
who knows? I think she's sleeping right now.
Kind of makes guest appearances here and there.
Mama Cross, Mama Cross, Mama Cross.
Tripping.
But how's you? Well, Jeff, you said you were just put in for some sort of editorial check on your book.
Yep, I do too. Go ahead.
What is your book?
My book is called The Wizard's Stone.
Oh, it's going to be like a fantasy book, isn't it?
Yep, and it is. I dropped a teaser. In fact, I dropped a teaser for it the 13th. Let me see if I can go find it. I'll drop it in the chat again.
Nice.
DM it to me.
Is it like Lord of the Rings kind of stuff?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that's exactly not Lord of the Rings style of stuff, but kind of like that. Yeah.
It was the inspiration behind it.
Oh yeah.
Just Carol's in the chat and says, "Hello, ladies."
All right, you want to field that one, Pastry?
Ladies, I guess they're talking about you, Crossy.
No, they're talking about all of us, or she's talking about all of us.
I'm sorry.
Oh man. Wow. Ouch. Misgender all of us.
Hey, that's like a military.
Ouch.
That's not that she's doing the ladies, but that's like a boardroom executive or military type thing. I mean, even guys just joking around coming in to a bunch of other guys will call them a bunch of women or ladies just to tease them.
That's usually in jest.
Yeah. Hey, at least this time everyone's getting a dose of misgenderment.
But you want to know something?
Yeah.
Probably everybody but you doesn't care.
Well, everyone but me has the privilege of not always being called a she when they're not a she.
Well, but that's a topic of debate. Technically, you may not think your pronoun is, but your biology says you is. Whether you like
You
it.
is? If you can't English right, why are you arguing?
Yeah,
with
don't
me?
even.
Well, you're talking to me if I can't English right. You're the one that's talking about misgendering and not Englishing right.
He's not English, he's Canadian.
Oh,
Well, then what do you guys speak down there in Miracle?
We speak Americanese.
Yeah.
what the heck?
America.
Wow.
Carol says, that's how I enter any and all chats. Just Carol says, haha, wow, look how quickly I made this stream awkward.
Joke's on you, Carol. It was already awkward.
I feel like having panelists that don't agree with each other just makes the stream awkward sometimes.
Sent you the link.
On Discord, I take it right.
Yep.
Uh,
But yeah, so Timothy, what you been up to other than
Campaigning
your
and
comic?
making sure Melvin 3 gets.
okay.
And dropping out.
Wow! Wow! Okay. Jay Potts, what have you been doing with your life?
Okay. Where did you send the link? I thought you said Twitter.
No, it's in Discord DM.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Tim,
Hello.
Timothy, Tim.
It's one of those days, I guess.
Okay.
Timothy, Tim.
Timothy, Tim.
Timothy, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so
uh,
I don't know whether. Hopefully, this will play any music that you have with it or not. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully, it's going to be a mighty boring video.
Timothy, are you back on?
I'm back.
Has its price.
You want to lie to us, Jeff, and say it's the most exciting video ever.
Use it wisely.
I think it's good.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's fantastic.
Hold on.
I should be
Alright,
playing it right now.
I'm still on air. Which I'm gonna hop off soon because I'm literally. My mind's literally sludge. It's been the whole night, but I would much rather have my mind be sludge off air now. But yeah, anyway.
Oh, I like that. I like that cover. It looks like a novel. It's a novel, right?
I'm just gonna hop off.
Yes, it is.
Okay, later.
Sweet.
So there was that. Okay, let me get off.
Oh,
Hey, Lorenzo. How, Captain Finity? The correct wording is personship. Okay. Fortunately, I caught them red pastry. I never forget that pastry. Misgendered their pen live on air. We speak Texan down here, says
that's what I was saying. Hey,
Metal.
America.
Captain Finney says, Carol. Carol says, Captain! And Lorenzo saying
Captain.
saying hello to everybody. Hey, Lorenzo, how are you? Captain Infinity says, it's not literally sludge, or would you be clinically dead instead of just brain dead? I don't know. You tell me. Maybe.
You know what she means.
I don't know. I don't even know
Don't be
what I
such a
mean.
grammar Nazi.
I don't even know what I mean. uh, so that's coming out March 23rd. I guess, obviously, since you're going live to Amazon, you're not really having a launch party or anything.
Yeah, no, probably not. I mean, I don't know.
Amazon.
Yeah, I don't even know how I would do a launch party. Maybe do a live stream. So, but I don't know. A live stream where nobody would watch.
I'd watch.
There's a lot. There's definitely some YouTube channels for people who are writers.
Yeah, I know, but most of them, there's a whole channel called AuthorTube, and I tried participating in that, and it's pointless. So
Is it the people on it?
yeah, it's the people, and it's flooded with that young adult stuff, and it's like, yeah, I don't think so. So, I mean, there are some groups there are some people that I do hang that I kind of like. I'm in their community. There's one group that I know that they're affiliated with it, and I spend more time on their Discord. So, and as a matter of fact, I got their live stream up right now. I run it just to give them their numbers, but yeah, the I've come to the conclusion that that's not my audience, and actually, the comics audience is more amenable to my books than just doing stuff on YouTube. So I'm just looking at YouTube now as a means to, to put down videos, like vlogs and all that other stuff, and to do teaser trailers and sample stuff. So if people want to see it, they can go right to it.
Are you gonna be like JDA where you have the books and then sometimes you do a comic book adaptation of the books?
Well, that's kind of expensive, so no.
Ooh, yeah.
At one point, when I start, I'm able to like release like a book and sell 1,000 copies. Maybe I'll think about it.
Let's see.
Nice.
Captain says Lorenzo says check out Pastry's channel. Rebellion says I was told I had too much to drink sober. Now that takes skill. Yeah, and we were teasing you. Rebellious, you know that, obviously. Captain says you just misgendered Pastry and you accused me of National Socialism. No, I don't. My family died in camps.
Yep. Fun times.
My family died in the camps. You, I'm feeling brute. I never accused you of nothing. Captain.
That's called filling in the blanks with what you want to hear.
Let's see. Captain Infinity says you just misgendered. I read that. Metal says brain dead is worse than clinical death. You can come back from clinical death. You can't come back from brain death outside of some kind of divine intervention. Yeah. Lorenzo says who is the person on? I guess that's Air talking about AuthorTube. That is Jeff Potts. Right now on with me I have Jeff Potts and Timothy Olson, who has just launched
One and only. You're welcome.
Melvin 2. And he is on his way to getting that funded.
Yes, on the road. The road.
Just Carol asked, did you know that Rick was the one that inspired Indiana Jones movies? I wish.
Yeah, he inspired the character Short Round.
Captain Finley says, funny. I'm backing your campaign immediately. Who, me or Melvin? You haven't even had to think back mine yet, Captain Finity. Metal just said, I adapt.
So you back my campaign, Captain. You're awesome.
Metal says, I just adapted my own books into comics. Yeah, well, that helps when you can draw. I'm not sure whether how much what's his name? Jeff can draw.
Bill's got his own thing going.
And Jeff says, that's me, Mia, Meech. Ahoy, Lorenzo, says Metal. And Lorenzo puts a link to the Captain's channel. And that is not the Captains of Star Trek. That's just Captain Infinity's channel.
Captain Infinity's cool.
Yes. Jeff saying hi, and Lorenzo saying
especially
hi.
When he's arguing with Vic. That's hilarious.
Captain Infinity says, Cross Comics is so smart. If he didn't accuse me of nothing, then that means it's Timothy who literally just called me a grammar. Me.
Yes, I called you a grammar Nazi. But it was all in jest, my friend. It was all in jest.
Still and of course, Lorenzo's saying check out Jeff's channel. And yes, I say check out that.
Yeah, I got to do a video now.
And thanks for doing all that stuff, Lorenzo, putting people's links in the chat. Captain Fantasy says, Timothy Olsen, I challenge you to an argument on Vic's channel later.
Oh, but see that means I'd have to care to argue with you, and I don't.
Go burn.
But it's
Or
all
something
love,
like
man.
that.
You're cool. I'm afraid if there was an argument, I would stop. I keep laughing, be like, really don't care.
The captain just said your chicken and your comic sucks, Tim.
Oh, come on now, man. Captain, come on, brother. You don't mean that. What you really mean to say is, Tim, you're awesome and your comic book rocks.
Dude, that's harsh.
I know, right? But he doesn't know any better. It's all good.
Carol says, argue for funsies. And Metal says, speaking of, remember to sub to X Dynamis Chaos YouTube channel. Got dubs of pages of the webcomic in short form. Cool.
And catch his show, The
What's it even
Vomitorium. All your video game needs.
Where you
And other stuff, too.
where all your video game needs are spewed forth.
Maybe.
Captain says, do you even know what year your precious robot comic is set in? Doubtful.
Robot comic? Who is a robot comic?
You have robots in your comics, don't you? Or
Well, there's a backup story in Melvin 3, but
what about the guy that he's fighting in number 2? Oh, that's just a suit.
That's-
Oh.
it's a suit, yeah.
But it's a
It's-
robot. It's a robotic
There's
suit.
not there's not a year. It's ambiguous with the year, so because the end of the world, the end of the Earth could happen at any time, so therefore anything after that. There's not a year set. Not important anyway.
It's not a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's a
Yeah, I mean,
it's a far, far time in the future, in a galaxy far, far away. Tomorrow says live 6 p.m. Central Time. 6 p.m. Central Time to be specific for the vomitorium.
awesome. So what's Metal's take on the collapse of G4? I think it's hilarious.
The collapse of G-Force.
G4 was a video game channel a long time ago in the 90s. They came back like 3 years ago, and within the last year, they just totally just kind of collapsed. I think it started with a rant from one of their employees on air. So that's when I heard about it.
What am I drawing? Just Carol, nothing specific. I guess in this case it might be a Starfleet officer because of the Starfleet badge. I'm just drawing to draw. Nothing super specific. I could take something from the chat if I know what it is. If somebody wants to suggest something, as the title suggests, this is a chill stream where everybody can talk. Pretty much anybody can come on. We can talk about whatever, as long as nobody gets too overheated about whatever a topic.
Well, then Captain can't come on because that's kind of his bread and butter is to get people
There's not a year
That's-
set. Timothy has no clue about world building, says Captain Weak Sauce. I can't wait to tell ever. Everyone, says Captain. Metal says it
Oh
was
no!
never,
Oh no!
never.
Don't do that! Don't tell people about what you think you know about, which is nothing.
Metal says it was inevitable that the G4 was a walking corpse before it came back. Uh,
Well, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant because there's so many like YouTube channels that talk about video games already.
Go ahead, Captain. Tell people about my time travel views. My time travel views are nobody knows how it works because it's never been done, so we don't
Nobody
know.
cares what you say. You're British.
Uh,
You're just mad because our country kicked your country in the ass.
Lorenzo says to
It's help from the French.
check out his variety show on Thursday nights. Gives a link. Can you draw Dillard driving into a pool of nickels? Uh, you told me you told me enough. Dumbest take ever that nobody knows the rules of time travel because nobody's actually time traveled. How is that dumb? We all just make up what we think based on whatever
I have
some scientific theories that we may or may not know as individuals.
newsflash: everything that's fact was once at one time fiction. So
Well, they do know that time and speed and mass all interrelate to are all interrelated. That's why there's the theory of relativity.
Yeah,
The larger
but,
the
but
go ahead.
if you were to to time travel, technically you have to break out of the time stream, I would say, and somehow go backwards or forwards in it. Now, nobody
Well, if you go
knows.
faster than light, then theoretically you should be able to go back in time. Like problem is that in order to go as fast as light, you can't have any mass whatsoever. So
Yeah,
that's where it gets kind of weird.
and this is just all theories. Nobody knows for sure because nobody's ever done it.
But they do know that at different speeds, that time changes based
Yeah.
on the speeds that you're moving at because
Yeah.
they've actually done tests.
Yeah, well, I can agree that if you start, sort of start going closer to the speed of light, as they say, time slows down for you, and thus, like if you go, I don't know, 70 light years out, and you're traveling at the speed of light, you're technically slowed down, so things would have aged a lot further here on Earth than you in that time frame. But to me, that's not time travel. That's just reality happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thump on a keyboard all day for a living.
Yeah.
Even if I could go back in time, I don't think I'd want to. Although I take that back. After 2021, I would go back to the 80s in a freaking heartbeat.
Captain Finney's like, nobody's ever thought of making your point ever. I never said they didn't.
I go back
and I haven't. Captain Finney says, I haven't made several videos answering Rick's point. Well, I haven't seen any of them, so draw the buckler bending the knee to the Canadian shield.
Well, I mean, if you want that, you get the ash can that Dillard drew.
I've seen Back to the
Jeez.
Future several times.
I would go back to the 80s and I'd go to a Rat concert.
I'm sorry.
I've seen several time travel movies with several different theories, and they can all justify their theories somehow.
Have you seen that commercial where those people had a rat problem? It was literally rat playing in their basement.
The well, I
They
mean,
had a rat. They had a rat problem, and in the basement, the band was set up playing.
oh
a
yeah,
dance
I
song.
got the commercial.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
time was not kind to that guy.
No,
It's like time beat his face with an ugly stick and didn't stop.
yeah, it was bad, and his
Ugh.
voice is gone. His
Yeah.
voice is just well, he had throat. That's Stephen Piercy. His throat had a bunch of nodules,
Oh
and
damn.
he had him removed, and that I mean it ruined his voice.
What's that guy? That Vince Neil guy.
Oh God,
That video where he's like
Yeah.
out of breath and he can't even say the words.
he's only slightly smaller than me. That's pretty bad.
Let's okay, Rick. Are you acting like nobody's ever thought or of asking or answering your point? I'm sure they have. I've never really thought about it before, but I've sure they have. But how do you answer? Well, I know Jeff, sort of made some points here, but
But Captain,
till somebody actually time travels and we can prove that they did it, or they
still a
can
work
prove
of
that they
fiction then.
did it. It's
I'm an expert on most time travel movie theories.
Worst movie ever.
It was the worst movie ever.
Remember when he was
Actually,
yeah. That's what that's what Captain Finley is. He's the British version of comic book guy.
But like I said, till somebody proves a time travel theory, it's just all theory. It's not known for fact. Like
And that's
you can prove gravity if I pick up this you know ruler. I'm not even sure whether people
drop
can see,
it, it falls.
can people even see me. I pick this up.
if you
It
prick us, do we not bleed?
I pick this up. It drops every time. There's a way to test that. Is there a way to test going back in time or forward in time?
There's a
For
way to
that
time
matter?
travel. You get really high.
If you insult us, do we not cry?
Oh,
If Rick's ruler leaves L.A. going at 237 miles per hour, and another one of Rick's rulers leaves New York going at 300 miles per hour,
we should really
when do
keep
the
an eye on
rulers go
rulers.
back in time?
Can you hear yourself, Mr. Piper? Yeah, I hear myself. Science is about proving stuff, and nobody's proven how time travel works. At least not to my knowledge.
Well, don't you know that Captain Infinity is actually from the future? Looks on you.
Actually, I've tested the time theorem. It works quite mathematically.
This is gold. Captain Infinity is like, this is golden. Well, it
It must
probably
be
is.
golden.
I've defined the power constant to 1.21 gigawatts.
Gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts. Tom, how am I going to generate that kind of power? I'm going to go get a soda. I'll be back in a minute.
If this is golden, then it just proves what. The only thing this proves is Britain is still boring. We should really pity Captain Infinity.
Captain Infinity is giddy because of my statements.
Oh, okay. He knows a lot about time travel, but he can't find out how to get on Discord.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, maybe he chosen not to. There's a difference between not knowing how to and choosing not to.
I'm just saying he knows a lot about time travel, but he can't figure out Discord. Like that movie Signs, where there are an advanced alien species, but they can't open doors.
Let the racists on the panel. There's no racists on the panel. Everybody
Well,
here,
Britons aren't a race, hacker.
they're a nation.
Yeah,
Who,
a
who
nation
let the
of
nationalists on the? Do you know
a nation
where
of tea
you're
sippers.
actually from? Who, me?
Well, my family stems from Norway. Just ask my great grandfather.
I said bending. I did. I said I would consider taking the request. I didn't say I would actually do them.
You should have seen it. He was doing this. He's doing the same thing to Vic. He does this thing where he gets on the stream and he kind of baits people by being a little bit of a whiner.
Uh,
It's amazing.
Infinity says nationalist, racist, same thing. It's all bigot.
I don't understand how I'm a racist when you're British. Aren't most British people white? Most.
Captain Infinity says this isn't a skit, Olsen. I've taken an immediate dislike to you.
Oh, come on, man. You're talking shit. I'm talking shit. It's all good.
Good Night Spoon says so much insecurity, so much posturing, so much material. Who tells the world of your heroics, Rick? Not Captain, not Tim, not Dylan, Carol.
So much material. I don't understand why he needs material. Why can't he just make his own material? It's called being lazy.
Well, I hope, Kara, for all my heroics that you tell, that you've backed the Canadian Shield. Hopefully on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. Right now, I prefer Kickstarter. That way you can tell people about the heroics of me getting your book to you on time. Silence. What's up, Lorenzo? Says Goodnight Spoon. Your book is destined to fail. Um, who, mine? It's already funded on Indiegogo and close to funded on Kickstarter. Hello, Rick Piper. Can I borrow 30?
Mine's close to about 50%. So
Hey, Manticore, how are you? Just Carol says, can I borrow $30 so I can back it? Nice
and unlike most
BJ
people,
on
my
Photoshop.
book's ready to.
Okay, back.
My book's pretty much ready done and ready to go to the printer. So, unlike books that haven't even started yet.
So your book is finished?
Yes.
Ah, smart move.
Yep. And Melvin 3 is about 2 pages from being finished.
Well, the one story, you said there's a second story in it, right?
Yeah, but that's all done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just needs. I thought since there's like 32 late books, at least that's what I heard. That people should kind of find a way of actually kind of like cut down on the late books.
Yeah. I saw one guy do a video. I saw it posted. Boy, he just went off about I forget what project it was, but it was a Comicscape project, and he was just going absolutely ballistic.
I try and
Yeah.
make mine are on time.
I don't think anybody's ever complained about your books being late, as far as I know.
The only one that I've had late so far was my first one. That was a couple months and wasn't really my fault.
That was that was that was a money issue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A good old Diller help you out with that one.
Captain Fitness, he says 80% finished, 35% funded. I'd say more than that. Fully funded. And about 90% finished. Maybe 95. So you can't tell it's Dillard, but you can probably tell it's the Canadian Shield.
What is the other guy doing?
Bowing down to the Canadian Shield.
Oh,
Or maybe
okay.
wiping his boot.
Um,
Well, I was
uh,
waiting for to get my copy of the Buckler, which hasn't arrived yet, to send it with yours. And I got to get your address too. Good night, Spoon. Dillard will lend me the money to back your books, but probably not. Not after his this unpaid commission. But it is about that time. It is after that hour. Um, so Timothy, I'd say anything you want to promote, but I know there's something you want to promote. So
yes, back Melvin 2 and make America great again. And don't drink tea, drink coffee because that's the American thing to do.
well, Captain Finity says so. Talk, Olson. What's your stupid book about? So that's part of, I guess, you're promoting. Tell what your book's about.
Oh yes, Melvin 2 takes place after Melvin 1. Melvin has to get
No, it
Alice
takes
back
that
to.
place after Melvin 5.
Okay, you want me to finish or?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you
Oh,
say the dumbest thing.
okay. Anyway, Melvin 2. Melvin has to get Alice back to the Hidden Kingdom, and their spaceship crashes in the desert near a town where they have to liberate the town to get the part they need to fix the spaceship so they can get home. I'm pissed off.
Pissed off.
He's beginning to really annoy me.
Captain Finity says, WTF is Melvin 1. WON, as in won the race.
Yeah,
And
fucking
he
whiny
yawns.
bastard.
Uh, Good Night Spoon says, "Oh, we're still pretending the buckler is going to happen. The buckler has happened, and it has shipped out to quite a few people. There's just been seems like some problems in getting it to me for some stupid reason. Thank you, Canadian government. Uh, Jeff, anything you would like to promote?
Outside of The Revenant in the Tomb, no. Buy The Revenant in the Tomb. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple, Google Play, Kobo, and more. Also, check out my YouTube channel, Herman P. Hunter's Lore Forge.
Uh-huh. So thanks everybody in the chat for coming by. It's been great having you here as we just chill and hang out, have fun talking about whatever, especially the non ways that time travel happens or doesn't happen, and it being all just speculation. um. Oh, did I say that out loud? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I probably did. But anyways, if you haven't, please also thank the panelists for coming on. Everybody coming on, and thank if you can, go check out the Canadian Shield 2 and more over on Kickstarter. And, um, you know, if you can buy, if not, share it out because we have 5 days over there and we need another $184 to get funded over there. So again, thanks for everybody coming by. Loved having you all here. We will be sure back here next Tuesday for a chill stream. So love you all. Have a great night or day, whatever it might be for you. God bless.
Get out, eh?
Yeah, eh?
Or no, that's take off, eh?
Yeah, you too, eh?